What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 2AM in Sweden, the finance edition. I'm one of your hosts of the show, Hayes at AO Shifty. And I just wanted to take this time to just explain everything when it comes to the Build event that happened last week, Built 1.0, Built 2.0, for anyone that does not know. I do have a Built card as well myself. So I've heard a lot of concerns, questions, people just reaching out saying, what does this even mean? I don't understand it. Uh, they didn't do the best job of laying everything out. Then you have influencers that are online that got flown out for the event. Then right away, they're trying to explain what has gone on at the event, trying to push one of the cards. And we'll dive into all of that so that you all can make your best informed decision. I will give my thoughts, but at the end of the day, you can make your own informed decision. Just for starters, to get this out the way, I have no referral codes, no way of being paid for this. This is just me giving my thoughts and comments to it and an unbiased opinion for it. So if there's other credit cards in the future you do want me to cover, this is something that you liked, enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll start a whole series on this. That's been my goal for it. And just getting all of this started, a lot of people are probably like, all right, Hayes, we care for only one thing. Are we going to have to pay transaction fees or not on the rent or mortgage? The answer is yes and no. The answer is no because they have two options. One of them is no fees at all for it. The other one is yes, partially because you will have to pay fees, but if you have enough of the built cash, then it just negates it out. So I'll walk through it. I'll show it to you on the screen so we both can end up seeing everything that's going with it. First one is option one, and that's the one that there is no transaction fees. Straight up, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's a simple fee-free way to earn rewards on housing. Pay your full rent or mortgage every month with no transaction fee. Earn points on housing automatically in lieu of earning built cash. While everyday spend will not earn built cash, you still get your annual or welcome built cash credits with the card. The more you use your card for everyday spend, the higher your point multiplier on housing, now up to 1.25. So they're going to use a basis of $2,000. Zero point 0.5 points is going to be if you spend at least 25%, which $500 if you've done in a month. $1,000 is if you spend 50%, you'll get 0.75 points. And you get one times points if you spend at least $1,500 of that $2,000, which is 75%. The next one then is going to be your $2,000. If you spend the full amount, you'll get 1.25 the points. And you can figure this out however you want to. It is a lot when you end up looking at just the whole points. Looking at option two, then is if you prefer the original fee-free structure, we launched Card 2.0. It's still available for you. Earn 4% backing built cash on everyday purchases in addition to base points. Think of built cash as choose your own reward. Pay your full rent or mortgage every month with no transaction fee. You can use as little or as much of your built cash to increase the total points you earn on housing this month and do not ever pay anything out of pocket. You can also redeem built cash dollar for dollar for monthly credits across the built ecosystem or for exclusive benefits like higher transfer bonuses and special access to experiences. The more you use your card for everyday spend, the more built cash you earn. We'll continue adding new ways to spend built cash as the ecosystem grows. You choose the option that works the best for you when you activate your card. You can change at any time, and your choice will take effect the following month. And both options come with the same rich everyday points, earnings, and premium card benefits you saw at 2.0 launch. First thing I do want to explain with this, I personally just say option one. I don't care for all of this. I just want it straight to the point of a fee-free way. Cool. The next part you guys do need to end up listening to is, I know some people have heard, are they going to have a line of credit? Is it going to be the same exact way? For anyone that did not have Built 1.0, with Built 1.0, you were able to use your credit card and you could either send a check to whoever it is to pay for your mortgage, to end up paying your rent, and it would be taken out from your credit limit that you had. This time it's going to be different. They're not doing a whole credit limit that way for rent and mortgage. If you read through anything Wells Fargo's put out, the way Bilt is put out, it is expensive to end up doing that. So what you can do now is they have something called Bilt Protect. And with Bilt Protect, you are able to, it'll take it out. It does, let's say your limit is $10,000 and you're rent is $2,000, like the example they used was. You're not going to have to um, draw down from that credit limit. With Bill Protect, you'll have 24 hours to pay it back for it. So it is a little complicated. I know you're probably saying, why do we even need to use it if you're just going to use a bank account anyways? And that's a good question. That's for you to end up deciding. If someone has the money already on hand, you can end up using it this way. You can put this towards being able to gain the points. Me personally, between option one and option two, I'm just doing option one. Just make sure I have the funds in my bank account. And then you end up being able to use your Bilt card, and it just helps you towards other benefits and stuff like that. So that's the first part. I do want to just get that part out the way because I know a lot of people are trying to figure out, oh, there is no way. Some people are saying there isn't. There is. There is still a fee-free way to end up doing it. It's a little not point straight black and white, but again, they do have two different options. That one is available for you to end up using. Just there is no line of credit. So it'll give you the 24 hours, and as long as you have the money in your account, you can end up using it that way. Next part I do want to dive into because this is something that people have been asking about, and let's just jump right into it. They have three different cards. So the three different cards that they have are the blue, they have the obsidian, and then they have the palladium. So you see it right there on the screen. We'll start with the Bilt Blue, and then we'll dive into the Obsidian, and then we'll go into the Palladium. Of the three, we'll break everything down. So sign-up bonuses. So the Bilt Blue has no annual fee card, $100 of Bilt Cash you get for the sign-up bonus, 4% back in Bilt Cash, Bilt Points, up to one-time points on rent and mortgage. Again, just make sure you're, whichever way you decide to doing it with option one or option two, one times the points on everyday spend. And then so Bilt Neighborhood Partners. So 3 times the points at partner restaurants, partner fitness studios, Lyft rides, Walgreens, whole 9 yards. No annual credits. They offer on the no annual fee card, no foreign transaction fees, purchase assurance, cellular wireless, telephone protection, and master rental coverage. Again, there's no fee when it comes to the Bilt Blue. So if you only want to use this card just to take advantage of like that 24-hour window that you have, feel free to end up using the Bilt Blue. Some more of the stuff, if you want to dive deeper into the Bilt ecosystem, you can look at the Bilt Obsidian card. And with the Bilt Obsidian card, you get the $200 of Bilt Cash, 4% back in Bilt Cash on purchases. Same with the other one. Bilt Points is where it starts to increase. You get up to 1 times points on rent and mortgage, 3 times points on your choice of dining or groceries. Some people are probably like, why do I have to choose? Again, with this, you will have to make a decision. Grocery is up to $25,000 a year. I'm just going to say this right now. If you're spending $25,000 a year on groceries, let me be a part of your family. I would happily love to be a part of your family if that was the case, because I don't spend that much. So that part will not impact me. 2 times the points on travel, 1 times the points on everyday spend. Bilt Neighborhood Partners. After this, I'll dive into who some of the transfer partners are because I know people do have questions on that. So 5 times the points at partner restaurants with dining. When dining is your selected, 3 points. Category, 3 times the points at partners fitness studios, Lyft rides, and then 2 times the points at Walgreens. So shout out to Walgreens for helping out with this too with them. You get $100 of Bilt travel hotel credit. Now here's to start where you get into the weeds. It's separated into 2 6-month periods. So you get $50 upfront, and then you get $50 after the 6 months with your travel credit. So you can end up using it, going to different hotels, however you want to do it. Again, I'll go into the travel partners after so you can have an idea of who they are. Everything at the bottom is basically the same. The only things that are different: trip cancellation and interruption protection, trip delay reimbursement, and extended warranty are the additional ones for the Obsidian. Now the one where they're hoping to make a lot of their money on is going to be the Bilt Palladium. Before I get into this, any of these that have the annual fee, if no one, this is just for people that have not used an card with annual fee, you will have that charge up front. So if you have the annual fee of the Obsidian, you will have the $95 hit up front. And the next one is the Palladium. That's going to be your $495. It will hit up front and then next year. But for anyone that is thinking about going big or going home, Palladium does offer a decent amount. So if you even want to try it out for a year, there are certain things that you can end up taking advantage of. You get $300 of Bilt Cash, 50,000 built points plus gold status after spending $4,000 on everyday purchases in the first 3 months. If you go online, it really depends. Some people have said that uh, everyday purchases can include your rent or mortgage, but then again, some are saying it does not. So just look at how you will end up spending it. Don't just spend crazy, just end up getting the 50,000 points. It is over $600, it looks like, with the points. So that right there, if you can end up spending $4,000 in the first 3 months, and then let's say it is just to keep it small, $600, you already made over $100, $105 just off of that. So then the card is basically a net positive. And then there are more things. So then everything that comes with the Obsidian, you basically are going to get on the other side. So it's 2 time points on everyday spend. And then if you go into the Bilt neighborhood partners, basically the same as what the Obsidian is, except it's 4 times. So 4 times partner restaurants, fitness studios, Lyft rides. Once you've linked your Bilt and Lyft accounts together, that's the main thing that people need to make sure of. You're linking them both together, and then 3 times points at Walgreens. Um, and then the annual credit, same as the Obsidian, except more. So you get $200 of Bilt cash that's issued annually. So mind you, you get the up to $100 on Bilt cash rolls over into the next calendar year. So you'll have the $200 of Bilt cash, and then you'll also have the $300 of Bilt cash. That's the sign up bonus. So you can get $500 of Bilt cash. $400 you have to use by the end of the year, and then $100 will roll over, which again, that's another positive. They are trying to sweeten the deal for people to end up going to that Palladium. $400 Bilt travel hotel credit. So you apply it twice a year. Same thing as the $100, except now it's $400. So it's 200 and 200, 2 different hotel bookings you can end up using that on. And then everything is basically the same from Obsidian to Palladium. The additions are the baggage delay insurance, loss or damage luggage insurance, and then price drop protection. If you have like Venture X, or if you even have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, it's very similar to those concepts over there too. So there is also, of course, the interest rate as soon as you end up starting out, but those are the main things on that side. Next part, I do want to just touch on for people, because some are like, well, what are the transfer partners? Why am I going to end up using this? Airline transfer partners that they have are Atmos Rewards. They have Life Miles. They have United Mileage Plus. They have Air France, Virgin Red, Virgin Atlantic, Emirates, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Turkish Airlines, and then just a slew of others. Of course, you see like TAP is on the Air Canada, Southwest, Qatar, Japan, Spirit are some others. Then looking at the hotel side of it, they have Hilton, Marriott, World of Hyatt, IHG, and those are all 1-to-1. Accor Live Limitless is 3 to 2 points. So that is a positive there. And the next part is they just go at the bottom to explain, how do I transfer points from one of the partners? And again, if you end up using this, a lot of people were like, we got so many points from the rent side of things. How is that going to cover over and carry over? This is when, if you care that much about those points, which again, I know there's a lot of people out there that do. I am one of them too. You can go off of this chart right here, and then it'll end up explaining to you the best way to end up getting the most for your points. And then you can transfer those over. If you want to go stay at like a Hilton or use Southwest, you can end up doing a lot of those points transfers on that side. So just going more into detail to a lot of this, because I know some people are like, all right, I might be thinking of the Palladium. So with the Palladium, the 50,000 points are typically posted to your Bilt Rewards account after your first statement is issued following completion of the spending requirement. But it says, however, please allow up to 6 to 8 weeks after meeting the spending requirement for bonus Bilt points to post to your account. Bilt Gold Elite status will be awarded at the same time the bonus points are posted. Golden Elite status duration. Bilt Gold Elite status will be valid for the remainder of the calendar year in which you qualify all of the following calendar year and through January 15th of the year after that. For example, if you qualify in 2026, your Gold Elite status will be valid through January 15th, 2028. $300 Bilt cash. You will receive $300 in Bilt cash upon account open date, separate from the Bilt points and status bonus. This $300 Bilt cash is typically credited to your account, to your Bilt Rewards account immediately upon account open date. So then the last part that I do want to explain, and then we'll just get into the 200 and the 400, is the $50,000 bonus points. So the 50,000 bonus built points and built gold elite status are subject to terms and conditions, which we know. The 300 built cash is subject to terms and conditions. Cool. We understand all of that side. The last part is the $200 built cash. You'll receive that built cash each calendar year. The $200 built cash will be automatically credited to your Bilt rewards account upon Bilt credit card open. So that's January 1st of each subsequent year that your Bilt card account remains open and in good standing. The next part is just the $400 qualifying bookings. Qualifying bookings. So the $400 Bilt travel hotel credit. Qualifying bookings are when you, as a primary card holder, use the Bilt Palladium card for hotel bookings of 2 nights or more made through the Bilt travel portal at biltrewards.com/travel, or through the Bilt app. You may use your Bilt Obsidian travel credit to pay for that booking if it otherwise meets the requirements for a qualifying booking. If you qualify for home away from home, you may be eligible to use this credit at home away from home properties. To receive statement credit, you must toggle on the credit option at checkout to apply the statement credit to your booking or purchase. Okay, so that was a lot of information that I explained there. I know you all are probably like, cool, I hear all that you're saying. What are your thoughts? What are you going to do with this? So for me personally, I probably will end up going with the Bilt Palladium. And this is not me going off of hearing influences of different things. If I end up making my decision, which I probably have a week or two left to make my decision, I'd probably go with the Palladium, keep it for a year, and then just call it a day at that. I don't see this being a long-term card that I end up using. Only way I would keep this card open and continuing to use it is if they offer other things. As of right now, I do not see that. I can spend the $4,000 or figure out regular everyday ways to spend that $4,000 to end up getting the 50,000 Bilt points, which is $600. Again, everything's negated at that point. At minimum, if you just want to pay off the annual fee that you have, cool, you can do it that way. Then you have the 300 and the 200 Bilt cash. Use those two things to go on a trip or something, book a hotel, you and the homies, you and the missus, however you want to do it. Use the $500 of the Bilt cash, and then you have the $400. So cool. You can use the $500 of the Bilt cash on help with a flight or something, and then the $200 of Bilt travel, that can be a portion of whatever hotel you end up staying at. So just looking at it, the value of the $400 and then the 300 and the 200, that's 500. If you want to say it's 1-to-1 for the Bilt cash dollars, that's 500. That's $900 that you have right there. On top of that, then you have the $600 of the Bilt points. So you have $1,500 in value. If you are going to travel or you have places that you want to go this year, you can use the Palladium and it'll pay its off. Don't just start making up trips because it's like, hey, I have the $500. If you already don't think that you want to travel, you won't have the money for it, that $495 annual fee is going to hit. But if you have other ways that you can end up spending, you already saving for a vacation stuff, this is just an addition and can help you out that way. So my personal thought is I will probably end up going with the Bilt Palladium. I will let you all know which one I do end up going with. But as of right now, I'd probably go with that one. That card is not for everybody. Bilt is not going to be for everyone. I personally, again, I'll say it again, I don't think I'm going to use it after this year unless they have additional things that incentivize me to use it. This isn't enough. 50,000 bonus points, that's just for 1 year. And then the $300 sign-up bonus, you're not getting that every year. So once those two things are taken out, yes, you're going to get the $200. Yes, you're going to get the $400. Cool. That's it. You then still are paying your rent, but you have the Bilt Protect for 24 hours. So what is separating this from a regular everyday bank account that you're going to use? Or hell, just writing a check, doing it however you want to that way. The main reason why I had this card in the first place was to get the points, was because I can just use the line of credit. And when you can't use that, it doesn't really make as much sense to continue to keep the card. So I will give them a year, but make sure you're on top of it. Again, for anyone that has not had a credit card with annual fees, just be on top of it. You can try it out this year. Just see it, how it fits into your everyday life. And then with that, make the decision come next year. They're going to continue to make updates. The last part I do want to let you know is if you are already a Bilt 1.0 and you're trying to figure out a credit card of the Bilt 2.0 and the Bilt ecosystem to go to, you're able to transfer over and choose whichever one you want to. They said less than 10% of the people are not approved for those credit cards. And if you are not approved for it, just reach out to them, they said, and then they will be able to just review your account more in detail if that's something that you would want to do. The final part that I do want to say is the kicker is going to be that Wells Fargo card. So for anyone that had the Bilt card, you do have the Wells Fargo card that will be coming to you. I would not close it if this is your first credit card, because then that's probably going to mess up your credit. Just keep it open. Don't use it. From what I've heard and seen, it doesn't look like there's going to be any annual fee with it. And then in terms of the Bilt card, you can close that if you want to after that. If you have the Bilt Blue card, just keep it open. There's no need because you don't have an annual fee. So that's the other part that I wanted to bring up. Again, do the research for yourself. I just wanted to give out more information because I was hearing multiple different things out there on the internet. And I thought it would be good for me to explain it in a different way as someone that was not flown out there. I mean, if you want to fly me out there, you can. I ain't going to say no. But I'm always going to give you the honest information. Again, if there's other credit card review videos that you want me to do, just let me know. Until next time, thank you. We out.